do it.
Good afternoon and welcome to another edition of Ask Mathis. I'm your host, Reginald Mathis, and rocking with me is my brother, Wild Man, Teddy T, a.k.a. Baron Theo Mound-builder.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
All that, and a bag of chips, man. We got the American Black Film Festival down here. And guess what? Today was yesterday, sir. It was the 78th, I believe. Fact check me. I believe it was the 78th birthday for the 45th president of the United States, and that was Donald John Trump. I think he just hit 78, 70. 78 if your papa knows, 70. 70, 78. So, folks is basically saying, what's the difference between 78 and 81?
The Geritol crew definitely has took over government. I say the Geritol crew, and we have to vote for lesser Geritol intake.
Well, we don't have the option, sir. we do not have the
It's
option.
whoever
So
take
you
the less
sound like,
Geritol.
You sound like one of them. You sound like one of those crazy folks out there that's out there talking about, you know, um, if my uncle did not have testicles, that'd be my uncle. That'd be my auntie. You know what I mean? Like, we got two people, Biden or Trump. If you don't vote for Biden, then you voting for Trump. If you don't vote for Trump, you voting for Biden.
I thought if you don't vote for Biden, you ain't black.
Nah, that's crazy.
That's
Right now, I mean, bruh, like trying to make us monolithic and trying to put us all in the same basket. We're not in the same basket anymore. Teddy T reminds us that all the time. We got 4 people in this room right now. We all got 4 different complexions. You know what I mean? That's just the reality. The reality of this situation. And so we're not gonna let them. My vote is for sale. My vote is for sale, and so should yours be. That's what I'm saying.
What's the other guy named?
Robert Kennedy Jr.
The professor.
Oh, Cornel West.
I'll
Come
just
on,
vote for
bro.
him just
Again, then that means you're voting for Trump. that means you vote. That means you're voting for Trump. So that's just know where it's going. Like none of the above
I don't mind voting
is
for
going
Trump.
for the person that whatever. So right now, the interesting thing is that public social media, Trump people so far ahead, bro. They have they're using technology that folks have not got accustomed to, right? And that is basically with the algorithm and understanding the algorithm and putting stuff out there and getting just the right people to, come in and say. So now you got Amber Rose. I think I sent Step this, interview by Amber Rose. Amber Rose is out here, basically saying, all y'all who still supporting Biden, y'all gotta wake up. Y'all don't know who you know thyself, and it's crazy because anytime somebody comes out and expresses a different opinion than that of, what they say so-called black folks supposed to say, then immediately you go to questioning their ethnicity. She's in tune with her white side. She ain't real. She ain't this. She ain't that. But I applaud her in the sense that, she's voting her wallet. She's voting her pocketbook. So in voting her pocketbook, for people making over a certain amount of money, there's a likely chance of a tax cut. There's a likely chance of a tax cut. If you make over $200,000 a year, it's likely that you're gonna get a tax cut. You know, they looking to make those tax cuts permanent. If you make under $200,000 a year, then you know people might argue that you're voting against your economic interests. But you know, that ain't my problem. That ain't my problem.
I would argue that even if you make under the threshold you gave, you're still going to get a tax cut. Usually when the Republicans give a tax cut, you just may not get as big of a cut.
Mm-hmm. But you get a little something.
But you're going to get something.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would argue. That's usually how it dishes out.
Well, I mean, I would just simply say, you know, our women are usually good because the women have the child tax credit. That $3,500 a kid, you know, that's there. But as far as the homies, you know, the homies making less than 200. Well, a proposal that former President Trump put on the table the other day, which, you know, again, he know the right buttons to push. He's saying he not taxing tips.
Yeah, that's the new thing.
He said he don't want to tax tips.
That's what I heard.
He don't want to
That's
tax tips. He don't want to tax tips. So that sounds like he has some consultants from the adult entertainment, you know, and if you end up with all the dancers coming out saying, hey, so what you saying? You know, those cash businesses. I mean, I know most of the folks is thinking about waitresses and folks who, you know, in that, but you know, our knowledge, our depth of knowledge is a bit expansive, and we take it out. But you know, bro, I'm right now, man. I'm on the if you like it, I love it. I'm on the if you like it, I love it. But check this out. I wanted to set those things up because I want y'all to see some other things when y'all take the 2024 election. You don't take it seriously. Just be prepared for some of the consequences. And I think Joy Reid, like a lover or a hater, check out what she has to say.
Need to get their Democrats and just Americans in general, independents, Republicans who care about being a democracy, need to wrap their minds around the fact that if Donald Trump becomes president, Samuel Alito and Clarence Thomas will immediately retire. They're both in their 70s. They want to retire under a Republican. We now know they are naked partisans. They're not jurists by any stretch of the imagination. They will retire, and Donald Trump will replace them with 30-something and 40-something-year-old versions of themselves, meaning Donald Trump will have appointed at that point 5 out of 9 members of the United States Supreme Court. He will have created a court that will last for 50 years or more. That is the legacy he will then inherit as somebody who did not win the popular vote the first time, who got a stolen court seat that he was allowed to flip after Justice Ginsburg died. This is insanity that people are even considering doing it. I started this by saying elections matter, but I think people need to get their Democrats and just Americans in general, independents, Republicans who care about being a democracy, need to wrap their minds around the fact that if Donald Trump becomes president, Samuel Alito and Clarence Thomas will immediately retire. They're both.
Does that move you at all, Teddy? Teddy's on his phone. Exactly.
I mean, I already feel like if I'm gonna vote for Trump because it's like I want to see what can happen. You know, all these things is cool, and you know these are their own people. They have their own agendas, and like Ross said it best. If Trump, you know, you have to destroy it to make it better. You know, so if he gets in and it goes to something different, I mean, it's better than what we already got.
Teddy T.
That's how I feel.
We start calling him Apocalyptic Teddy. Apocalyptic Teddy. Teddy said, you know what? These people don't get it. Let's make sure they get it. The problem is when they get it, are you going to be in the number of the ones getting got? Check out what's happening in Atlanta.
Before we get on that, man,
Yes, sir.
there needs to be term limits on the Supreme Court. That's too much. Like you out of touch.
Federal judges are appointed for life, bro.
Mhm,
I went to I had a sentencing in federal court close to the beginning of the year. I think it was like February, and the judge was probably in his 80s. The judge was probably in his 80s, and the case was worked out with the U.S. attorney, but you know the judge, he wasn't having it. He wasn't having it. I remember the client like tapped me like, "Hey, hey." And the thing about when you go to federal court, bro, like, and you take a plea, it's like they hold all the cards, because you have to make a decision like within basically the first 30 to 45 days of what you're gonna do. You going to trial, like you got to let them know with the quickness, right? So first you making a decision whether or not you're gonna go to trial or not or whatever, because thing about in the feds, the first thing that gives you the most reduction of your sentencing guidelines is the acceptance of responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
So you basically, you know, that means a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So to be like, okay, all right, then you go in front of the magistrate. When you go in front of the magistrate goes through the plea agreement and say like, okay, you understand this, and saying that you understand that the judge is just going to look at this stuff, but the judge has the ability to sentence you within the guidelines, at the bottom of the guidelines, or above the guidelines, depending on how the judge feeling.
That's right.
Do you understand that? And so, you know, he look at you and then you be like, hey, man, you know, 99.9% of the time, they go along with, you know, with what the parties agree with. So you should be good, but I can't promise you that you will be good. I can just tell you that, you know, I've done a number of these, and you should be good, but I can't tell you you're going to be good. And folks be looking at you crazy, right? So here we are. We've made it down, you know, because the magistrate court was in Broward, Fort Lauderdale, but then the judge we had to see was down in Miami. And it was a senior judge, you know, one of these folks they don't have a regular docket. They just around to, you know, to lighten the load, but they had a full authority in terms of like how the case gonna, you know, resolve. So, bro, we up in there, and Buddy's just, he says, man, I don't believe you. That's what the judge says. Judge said, I don't believe you. You don't sound remorseful at all. He said, you don't sound remorseful at all, so I'm not accepting what the government is proposing, because probation, the ones that do the pre-sentence investigation, they saying they recommending time, and I'm going with them. Mm-hmm. So Buddy done looked at me like, hey, hey. And then I, you know, I had to get up and I had to show him what he paid for. You know, I had to get up and be like, bam, 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 bam. I said, Yana, I said, you know, this was a real tight one, Judge, because, you know, it may sound like no remorse to you, saying that, oh, he just, you know, shouldn't have done this, shouldn't have done that. But, you know, yeah, it was a tough slog to get us to this point, because to see what he did wrong is not evident in light of the facts. And he said, why don't you tell me some of those facts? And then I went in there and started giving them some of the facts and saying all the stuff like that. And like, you know, some of the evidence that was presented was manufactured by a third party, you know, which the government has. Like, they knew that this guy who was, you know, that he used to apply for this PPP, you know, this third party guy, he had hooked up the whole department. And it was like, this the go-to guy for it, not knowing that Buddy the go-to guy because he's sitting there making up tax returns. These tax returns that were, included in my client's application, my client did not create those tax returns. He never saw those tax returns. He wasn't aware of those tax returns. Only thing he did was DocuSign, and so he didn't read it as thoroughly as possible and match up the numbers. So the judge was like, well, I don't hear no remorse. I need to hear it from him. So I'm thinking like, okay, we about to reset this. Judge is like, nah. It's like, oh, okay. He's like, talk to him now. He's like, talk to him now, bruh. So we're in the courtroom. Buddy got like all his people there. Other fellow, law enforcement folks, coming in support or whatnot. So they all like, you just see them like in the seats. And so me and Buddy like talking to him. And I'm like, I told you at the beginning of this journey that we might be at this point. Because that's what I was saying. I was like, in federal court, you got to do an allocution. Meaning you're going to have to get up and convince the court that you really feeling like what you charged with. In state court, you can be like no contest, meaning like it's just in my best interest, keep it moving, you don't have to say anything. Federal court, nah, they want to hear what you got to say, because if you ain't saying it right, they like, well, you know what, it sounds like a trial to me. Y'all, it sound like a trial to me. Buddy ain't want to go to trial. So we having this conversation, we going back and forth, and I'm like, Buddy, like here it is right now. Like you can't just like be holding on to this pride. It's like Marcellus in what was that? Marcellus in with Bruce Willis in the Pulp Fiction. In Pulp Fiction, he was in there when Marcellus was telling him to throw the fight, and he was talking to him about pride. But you gonna take this money, and you gonna go ahead and you gonna throw the fight. And it just got to Bruce Willis, and that's why all that stuff came as a result of him just killing the man, in the ring. Instead of throwing the fight, he ends up killing the guy. And so now everybody in town, looking for him because they had fixed the fight. So in this case, it's like, bruh, that's pride talking to you right now. I know the missus right there, and the missus is she pissed off because you done messed up. The house with the white picket fence and all this stuff going on. She pissed off. Your homies in the back, they pissed off. But who gonna be the most pissed off when you sitting in that prison cell? And he was just like, Yon, I'm ready. And he got up, said what he needed to say, and the judge was like, all right, no time. He was like, no time. And we kept it moving. So I'm just saying, bruh. That's all I'm saying, Step.
I don't seem like too hard to swallow my pride.
3 hots in the cot.
Okay.
3 hots in the cot, man. But man, listen. But
But I definitely think the Supreme definitely need term limits. I don't.
no, I agree, bro, because some gonna affect Teddy. Some's gonna affect Teddy, and it goes up there. Cause see, right now Teddy lives so off the grid that he feel like, you know what, and I felt that way. I felt that way in about 2008.
Maybe term limit may not need to be the term. They need to be up for
Or retirement age, maybe.
Well, term limit is when like congressmen, if like they keep getting
Reelected. Right. We have them in state. Like our folks term out all the time. We have it in state and local government. They term out all the time.
Well, when I talk about the Supreme, they need to be up for. And job need to be up for voted again.
Nah, they don't get voted in. They get appointed.
Yeah.
All federal judges get appointed by the president. Right. No matter Wyoming, Montana, New Jersey, any federal vacancy is appointed by the president. And what they do is they look to the 2 senators in that state for recommendations. Like here, for instance, like we have a judge, William Thomas. William Thomas is a state court judge. He was nominated for the federal bench, but the our state senators would not. They would not approve them. They would not approve them. And so the presidents have traditionally given deference to those senators within the state. Like they was talking about Marco Rubio initially like not giving the okay for Ketanji Jackson, first black Supreme Court justice, even though like she from South Miami, Marco from South Miami, and they looking at him crazy, but they went ahead and gave his blessing. So what I would think is that it needs to be an age, like maybe 70. You know what I mean? Like maybe 70, because Ruth Bader Ginsburg died at like 80 something, still on the bench, trying to wait it out, man. And Justice Alito, Clarence Thomas, they in their 70s. But yeah, I agree. It should either be limits, maybe 20-year service, or something like that, or age out. Could be either or both, whichever, comes first. Definitely, I agree with that. But, bruh, look at this circus what's going on in court in Atlanta, bruh. This is the Slim Thug trial, bruh. This judge, man, is holding Slim Thug's lawyer in contempt of court. Young Thug. What am I saying? Slim Thug. I'm sorry. Young Thug's lawyer in contempt of court. And he's talking about, his lawyer's standing up there talking about, can I be at the same facility with Thug? Mm-hmm. Hey, never! Hopefully, boy. Hey, I don't know how the jails are in Georgia, but I'm gonna tell you about the jails in Florida, bruh. Pretrial, known as the Dade County Jail, bruh. Rats like cats. Rats so big, you know what I'm saying, bruh? It's just like you in there, you just hear. You know what I mean? I'm just there for a minute. You know what I mean? I'm sitting there, bro. Like, I got to go, bro. I got to get up out of here, bro. Like, they be having them as pets. But check them out, man. The judge, bro, he's not being viewed favorably, bro, because he's so frustrated. But man.
Okay. Before we call in our jury, it has been brought to the court's attention that Mr. Copeland's counsel, Ms. Bumpus, would like to be released. Is that correct, madam?
Oh, this is a different one. See you in that one. It's comedy all the way.
Sir, Mr. Copeland, is it your desire to release your counsel at this point in time?
She's fired.
She's fired? Okay. So do you wish to represent yourself in these particular, in terms of any issues you may have in this particular?
Do I got a choice?
I'm sorry?
Do I got a choice?
Yes, you do.
And what are those?
You can keep your lawyer that you have right
I
now.
don't want her.
All right. You could certainly hire another lawyer, or the court could appoint you a lawyer.
What I need a lawyer for?
It's just the court is just asking you whether it's your choice, sir.
I'm good.
You're good?
Yeah.
Ms. Bumpus, did you file an entry of appearance? All right. Did you, under the Uniform Superior Court rules, file a okay. Before we call in our
man. So it's so many things. I sent another one. He's held he held Young Thug's lawyer in contempt of court, which is going to definitely warrant an appeal, because there were supposedly ex parte communications. So what ex parte communications are, no one is supposed to have conversations with the judge without the other side being present. Anytime that happens, that's what's referred to as ex parte, EXPARTE. Ex, next word, parte. Ex parte communication is a no-go. Like, even if it's on some trivia or routine, you know, the judge is going to call the other side up just because you're not supposed to have those type of conversations. So apparently, Young Thug's lawyer gets information that the judge, the prosecutor, and a witness had a private meeting. And now this is what comes from that conversation. Now, if that's true, if in fact the judge had a private meeting and then held this man in contempt, the judge going to have some problems, in my opinion.
Going to file a notice of appeal, but for whatever reason that doesn't take, and you don't give a bond, then I'd ask that I can be with Mr. Williams and we work on our case all weekend, for all those weekends. Otherwise, I can't prepare. I speak with Mr. Williams all the time. That's up to you, and sir, I will. If that comes to pass, you have my support. I will talk with our sheriff, and we may be able to make that work. Okay.
Right. Sentenced to 30 days, 10 weekends.
But he got a bond this week, so he don't got to go this weekend.
So, you know, while the matter's on appeal.
Mm-hmm.
While the matter's on appeal.
This is what I was told. If this is not true, not true. This court is.
Yep, he got a bond.
Ask Copeland. Tell me how you got the information. Listen. Tell me what you do. Tell me how you got the information. Then we can go ahead and go forward. I'm not going to say that. What I'm going to say is this. I was told, and I hope this concerns the court. It concerns me that you have proprietary information. Why is it or information that you should not be having that was ex parte? Why? With a party. Why? State of Georgia. How about the witness? How about Mr. Copeland, who supposedly announced he's not testifying and he'll sit for 2 years, and then supposedly this honorable court, or excuse me, let me rephrase that. This court supposedly said, I can hold you until the end of this trial. Ms. Hilton supposedly said, actually, all of the defendants and then all 26 people are disposed of. If that's true, what this is coercion, witness intimidation, ex parte communications that we have a constitutional right to be present for. So this is what I was told. If this is not true, not true. This court is ask me, Copeland. Tell me how you got the information. Listen. Tell me what you do. Tell me how.
Are y'all interested in that?
I'm a little confused on what's going on.
Okay, so I believe the witness before that we just saw, the one who was saying they wanted to get rid of their lawyer, is Copeland, right? You know, and we've seen him before coming in there like won't answer any question, like won't testify, won't agree, whatever. So apparently he was threatened or told that he could be held for 2 years in jail until everybody's case is over under a contempt charge, under a contempt case, right? And so somehow Thug's lawyer got that information and raised hell. And when he raised hell, the judge is like, who told you that? And his lawyer won't tell him. And that's what he's saying. Like, the judge is like, unless you give me the information on who told you that, I'm going to hold you in contempt, because you're now basically, you know, saying that you calling the court that the court is unbiased, and you saying that the court is somehow now involved with the state, and that's serious, and no judge is going to take that lightly, you know, in terms of that. So that's, you know, that's what's going on, which is like, I'm seeing this guy act like Trump's lawyers been acting, which is Buddy been going super, super heavy and super, super hard, where you supposed to always go super heavy and super hard, but you're not supposed to put your own career, your livelihood, and your family on the line. You know what I mean? Like, that. Some folks willing, that ain't me, bro. That ain't me, bro. I'm sorry, y'all.
Why you think he's so invested in putting his own reputation at stake like that?
Because that's, you know, certain cases you decide are the case of the century, and you feel like You know what I mean? Like, this is gonna change my life forever. I'm not gonna be in the courtroom anymore after this case. I'm gonna be writing books, movies, or, you know, I'm gonna get in bed with Thug. I'm gonna get him out of here, and we going on tour, and it's me and Thug against the world. You know, it's like it's us against the world. Like, you feel like that strongly, or you get in, man, and it's you always have to watch yourself. You have to watch yourself, and you can't get too close to the client, bruh, because especially in a criminal case, because you are the next versus. And what I mean by that is your client versus you, saying that you did something. If it does not go your way, then it's like, oh, Matt was da da da. Oh, Matt da da da. Oh, Matt was da. You know what I mean? So you always gotta keep your arm's length, because you know what I'm saying. Like, shoot, you know, if it boils down to you or someone else, people are always gonna choose them.
Kind of like Trump.
There you go.
Turn on his lawyers.
He that right. Bro, that's the case. So when you sit there and watch it unfold in real time, like, some folks is, you know, we all in. I'm like, yo, okay. You okay?
It's that time.
Until it's that time. Until it's that time. Like, do you want to go to jail? No. No, I don't. Yeah, man. Unfortunately, man, the vice president and 9 others killed in a plane crash in Malawi, man. You know, bro, is that the new way, bro? Did Putin just show the world a new way how to just get rid of somebody? You know, because that's what's, you know, his head of the top general for the defense. Oops, you know, just died in the crash, just in a plane crash a couple weeks ago. And then the guy over the Wagner force, you know, after they was on their way to Moscow, and Putin got word, nah, man, come on in, let me holler at you. Ain't nothing gonna happen to you. He comes in there, and they're like, what happened to him? He's out of the public view for all this time, and then guess what happens? Crash.
I think with this age of information, it's like, before it used to be like conspiracy theories. Now it's just playing out.
Power.
Yeah,
Strongman politics.
I mean, it started with the guy, what's the black guy who was there with Clinton when his plan?
Oh, Ron Brown.
Ron Brown.
He died in the crash going into Russia.
Yeah.
You know, that brother right there, it was like, man, you know.
What he was about to do was go change the game.
About everybody that's testifying against Boeing.
Oh, yeah.
They be getting knocked off left and right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bruh, think about it. How many people in the hood get knocked down for 5,000 or less? So you got 5 billion?
Yeah, you got some.
Or $1 trillion on the line? Bruh, what? How much? How much to, you know, how much to knock somebody out? You know, really. You know, you think about it. So Hunter, as y'all know, man, Hunter found guilty on all charges. So now they putting the pressure on his daddy, Sleepy Joe, not to pardon him or give him a commutation. So I'm thinking he's not going to say anything, but if Joe Biden loses the election on his way out, you know he's going to save his boy.
Yeah.
Like,
Rightfully so.
Exactly. Exactly.
The rest of America wins.
Exactly. That's his right. It's unquestioned. He's like, come on, let's get out of here, Hunter.
Let's
We all
go.
know what Trump will do.
Oh, he definitely.
They wouldn't even got this far. He wouldn't even let him get this far.
Well, what's this that they're going back to the laptop now? They're going back.
Well, because he got the next one coming up, and I guess with the laptop, they're saying that that's part of the deep state and part of the fact that, you know, before the last election, folks was saying like we got Hunter Biden's laptop, but it was so salacious. People was like, ain't no way you could be that dumb. Well, I guess when you're on crack, you do some dumb stuff. you do some things that not so smart.
That's so smart.
Not so smart. Not so smart. Because folks was saying stuff like, Buddy in D.C. smoking crack in a strip club with people around. It's like, no. But think about it, bruh. Think about it, man. It's like, you on crack. When you on crack, you gonna do something.
In public like that. I don't see people smoking crack in public like that.
Oh man, well you ain't never go to no day shifts. Nah, bro, you ain't never been to no day shifts. Like you don't see them like with the vials and whatnot. But if you go to the day shifts at the spots, and I say back in the day, I haven't seen it so much.
That's what I'm saying.
I haven't seen it so much recently.
Right.
But the spot that I was going to before the spot that I go to now, every once in a while there's that chemical smell in the air.
Be dirty.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
dirty.
that's dirty.
No, they smoking dirty.
We smoke dirty.
Yeah, but I'm saying smoking dirty.
Not crack.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Dirty. I agree with you. I've never seen the vial.
Yeah, I know.
I've never seen the vial in public.
Crack is something that you do privately, like
It's such a negative connotation. It's such a because it's like if somebody pull out the crack vial at the party, you got to go.
You got to move
You got to go. You got to go. So man, I thought this was a party. It's like, no, not that kind of party. It ain't that kind of party. It ain't that kind of party.
Hey, like you never see that. So it's like for him to be doing that at a strip club, it's like, come on, like, Mary Berry, he was at the hotel. Everybody who been on crack doing it in other parade games, he was in the basement.
He might have been new to crack. He was a new crack guy. And he was like, yo, this is awesome.
He was a money crack guy. That's why. That's what he had.
Because crack was probably so cheap by that time that he was probably getting crack like chiclets.
Ooh.
Just like, man. Convicted January 6th rider running for Congress in Georgia.
Oh, that's all
Bro,
right.
check this out. I know you were like, I got this just for you, Teddy. Check out this dude's speech. Sexual chocolate.
Republican plan, and specifically, would you support the controversial proposal to cut food aid for low-income Americans?
I'm Chuck Hand, lifelong resident of the 2nd District. I've worked side by side with the people of the 2nd District, solving problems since 2018. I've only seen this man next to me come around when it's election time, wanting to run for office. I've been wearing tires slam out in Southwest Georgia, meeting with voters and building relationships in our communities for years now. I'm not interested in debating the issues of the 2nd District with a man who doesn't even reside in it, especially one who orchestrates attacks on my wife. I'm more concerned about beating Sanford Bishop, representing you, and passing the America First agenda and putting Donald Trump back in the White House. This race is very simple. It's either 8th District money or 2nd District heart. The choice is yours. It's the dollar versus the change. Now this is where I get back in my truck and head back to Southwest Georgia because I got two races to win.
Thank you very much. Doug Reardon.
Threw his mic down. Boom. No
Are
comment.
you just going, sir? Are you coming back, sir?
Anything
I
else?
said all I got to say.
Anything else?
And I'm getting back in my truck, and I'm going to have about 8 beers on the way back down there, okay? Might have me a little bit of moonshine, but that's what's going on.
That's what's happening.
Hey, but that's what we got going on.
Today on CNN, they was asking people, do you prefer republic or democracy? They was asking people through that today.
They probably don't know the difference, but democracy is when, each person's vote is supposed to handle the issue. Yeah, stay right there. Well, each person's vote is supposed to, deal with the issue. A republic, it's the representative. So it's whoever you vote for, that person has autonomy to vote their conscience and to vote how they want to vote when they're there. And they are not accountable until the next election cycle.
Yeah, most of the Trump people was going for republic. Most of the people who was with Trump was talking about they want the republic. But they had a nice little thing on like this all this morning. So I was like,
Probably
that's
didn't
cool.
understand what the difference.
I mean, they was explaining the difference, to the people as it was going along, and most of them was like Republic. I was like, okay, it's about time we get into these conversations.
They don't like the word Democrat.
Yeah, that's what it is. And they thinking, hey, well, exactly. They was looking at the root word. It's like democracy, Democrat, Republic, Republican.
Yeah.
I'm going with that, but not understanding, because you can elect somebody. When you elect them, they can give you the boohoo face and do what they want to do
Until you
during their term. They can vote against your interests every day of the week. So this is a sad story right here, bro.
So it came back out.
Yeah, so this is because they just arrested the suspect
Right.
who was living in Margate with his wife or with his lady. So it's like, bruh, oh man, who said it? Major 9 said it. When he was like, I done seen a lot of lame, like 2 get murdered over the same. Is this not the case? I bet both of them done heard, you better cool it with that fade live. But people hear the lyrics, know the lyrics, but don't live the lyrics. Cause come on, bruh. This is that song right here. Like the chick was, you know what I mean? Like he got somebody, the coach who got murdered, got a wife. And the dude who allegedly killed the coach
Got a wife.
got a wife.
So everybody tricking.
So bruh, can we hit the fake love? Man, can we get fake love and get our video mixed by Major 9? Fake love. Yeah. And we can get Major 9 in here and get a Major 9 plug.
Is it clean?
No, he said I done seen a lot of lame block, but you gotta know the record to know it. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But just know, listen to that song, bro, and it's really, on Ask Mathis After Dark, we're gonna play it. As soon as we wrap up with Step, can we cue that one up, man, and we're gonna play it, man. But I'm just saying, bro, it is what it is, man.
That's crazy.
It is what it is. And y'all remember a story, I think it's been about 2 years now. It's been about 2 years now with the UPS man when the guys robbed the jewelry store down in Coral Gables and was on that chase. And I'm like, bruh, this is wild. They having a shootout on 95, but they the only ones shooting. I'm like, hold on, bruh. This ain't no manual I've ever read for police work, for conduct, to be shooting randomly and using moving traffic as shields, bruh. So the family finally, is getting some kind of justice, man. So look at this right here. Y'all don't remember this? The UPS, bruh. You come in and these guys, get involved, bruh. I guess they just like, man, I ain't going back tonight. I ain't going to jail tonight. And now they want to give up, but the cops is like, nah, y'all can't give up.
I remember they was ducking behind regular
People,
cars.
yeah, because they were shooting, yeah.
And they sitting there, bro, just blasted. So 4 of these cops got indicted, bro. That's reckless endangerment, bro. That's the definition of reckless endangerment, bro. Where you just putting, other people's lives, in danger, bro. That's nuts, man. Not like Brother Ray said, all you had to do was just put the helicopter and just track. Like we see every day. Just track it. But these heroes want to get out there. But imagine you on 826, man, and they using your car. You got your family in there. You got your baby in the car seat in the back. And they using you as a human shield, bro. Come on, man. We don't do that here.
I would have pulled off. They would have squatted behind my
Yeah, man. We don't do that, man. Let's move on. So I hope these folks get paid and these dudes go to jail with big rats.
Big rats.
Big rats. Big rats. Big rats. What's this? Man arrest for shooting? Nah, nah. I sent you some good ones. So right here. Go back. So this is one of what they saying about Gucci Mane and his 1017 label, bruh. They saying like everybody on his label either done died or went to jail, bruh. They saying Gucci Mane just not a good CEO. And then other folks is like, well, Gucci Mane the only one that's giving, everybody a fair shake.
Waka Flocka's still in the game.
Well, Waka Flocka not with Gucci Mane.
Yeah, no more.
He not with him, but they talking about the ones that's with him.
That's with him. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they saying the ones that's with him. So, okay, we're going to let that go. And good stuff out here, man. This brother, football or soccer, as we call it in the States, football, what they call it in Europe, man, is the biggest sport in the world. And many, folks of African descent are playing. And, bruh, when these folks take it so serious, man, they get to singing. I was in Germany recently, and I was talking to a guy. I was like, man, this thing, what's this obsession with football? I was like, man, is it just the liquor y'all drinking, y'all own or whatever? And he was like, no, it's the enthusiasm. And he said, yeah, but there is a lot of drinking, but it's the enthusiasm. And he was talking about, like, when you go on an away game to go with your team, he said, man, it's incidents all the time. Because if you wearing, like, he's like, man, like, you go to the bathroom, you, like, hit the rest stop and go in the bathroom, you got on the jersey or whatever, it's like, man, you get assaulted. Like, it's serious, man. And so on the field, man, you start seeing, like, throwing bananas out there toward the African players and stuff like that. But they paying them so much money, they still going out there. So it's good to see that, these dudes, not only are they getting time, I think this guy's getting 2 years behind bars, but he didn't even go to trial. He admitted to what he was doing. And that's one of the issues that we're having right now in our legal system when you look at these political prosecutions, that folks after the trial, Trump hadn't even been sentenced yet. He's still going off on the judge, and he's still, going off on the jury and going off on all these folks, not respecting the process, that happened and that went on. Now, who's going to get death threats if Trump gets sentenced to some kind of jail time? The judge. The judge. It's a wrap for that judge. He's going to need, if he send Trump to jail, he's going to need protection for the rest of his life. For the rest of his life. And all the man did was did his job. He did his job. You may not agree with it, but that's why you have appellate courts. You got appeals courts, appellate courts to come in there and see whether or not he did it. And he got all these Supreme Court justices in his back pocket. So eventually, they'll find something to get there. But the thing is, he talking all this stuff, but they're not going to be able to do anything without him at least spending a week in jail. They might be able to get him out in a week, but he'll have to go in there. You think he can survive one night? They ain't gonna let you have all that pomade and gels and hair stuff, in there. You're not gonna. They not gonna give you an hour to get your hair right. When you're in there and get the comb over just right and the hairspray. They ain't gonna do that, Hot Wheels. Yeah, so here's my man Luca, man. So listen to what this commentator has to say about your boy Luca, man. Like, why they selling Luca out like that? Luca was just a man a week ago.
Yeah. He was better than Larry Bird a week ago.
Boy, a week ago, bruh. What happens in a week? Luka Doncic, man. Now
He's got to get over this. And the fact that he came out after the game and blamed the officials showed me he's nowhere close yet. So maybe over the summer, somebody will get to him, because nobody with the Mavericks or anybody else in his life has. And that's where the Mavericks are at this point. They're never going to get to this tunnel with the trophy if he doesn't improve those aspects of his game. He's got to get over this. And the fact that he came out after the game and blamed the officials showed me.
It's like now, the one thing Luka's got to do, he's got to get in shape. He's not in shape. That's like he's taking shots and everything, you know. But tonight they're gonna win.
They play tonight.
They play tonight.
You sure?
They play Friday. They play tonight, and tonight.
Let me see.
Tonight the game's on tonight, and they're gonna win tonight because Boston wants to win at home on Father's Day. So that'll be the next game is on Father's Day at home.
Well, they give Dallas one game, bruh. Dallas gonna win 3 straight, and it's gonna be a game 7.
That'll be the joint right there. But tonight,
Game 7. What? That's what you talking about.
I said if they win, and it is, you're telling you.
I know I'm right.
Boston at Dallas, 8:30.
I know I'm right.
Boston
I
at
don't know
Dallas.
what's wrong with
So what
y'all.
you saying? What you saying? I need to put some money on. I need to put some money on Boston tonight.
Yeah, because Boston wants to go home and win. They don't want to win on the road. And if they win one more, if they lose the game, it doesn't make a difference. They can still win at home, and it's done.
Let me see what this line is. Let me see what this line is. You know, see what the line is.
They ain't winning nan game at Boston.
Ooh wee. Boston -1.
Even if they get tonight.
Wow.
They're not winning the game at
I mean, that's what I'm saying. They win tonight so they can win on Sunday in Boston for Father's Day.
Man,
Boston. I
You
can
know?
see that.
bro, I might have to put it all on the line, bro.
Oh boy.
Tonight, or you want to get the sweep tonight or Dallas?
Only way Dallas get a game is for the bookies. That's it. So they get.
Bruh, it's one. That means you just gotta pick to win who you want to win, who you feel good about tonight, man.
That's it.
You know, you gotta give one to the fans. You gotta give one to the home fans.
That's the only way.
You gotta give one to the home fans,
That's
bruh.
tonight.
Oh man, I put it all on the line. I put it all on the line, boy. Let's try to get that shake. What was that? To get that shake. I'll get the shake. We'll get the shake.
Everybody
Boy, I've been away from the sports book for a minute, man. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man, boy, I go big. I go Hot Wheels. What you say?
I'm staying far away.
Boston or Dallas? Dallas tonight. Man, Kyrie gonna show him. I think Kyrie gonna be like, it ain't me. He gonna be like, it ain't me, and Luka gonna be like, man, all that junk y'all been talking about, these guys, it ain't me. And then Hardaway, he gonna come out.
That's they need a third person like Hardaway. I mean, both of them came out. Doncic and what's called it came out Wednesday. So tonight.
What's the day? The day is the 12th. Okay, I'm trying to see what bills I done paid.
Today's the 14th.
Today's the 14th.
Today's the 14th.
Today's the 14th.
It's the middle of the week, man.
Trying to think,
You
but
can
I
do
done
it.
paid.
It's Father's Day.
I done
It's
paid my
Father's Day
bills.
weekend.
I done paid my bills for the month.
What's the dividends on it?
That means, bruh, if I go in Dallas, boy, I'm gonna be bringing tuna sandwiches for the rest of the month. I'll be bringing tuna sandwiches for the rest of the month. I'm gonna have to run to the grocery store and get some what you call the little things for the kids. No, I hate them, bro. I can't do that. I don't do the potty meat. Nah, for the kids, you know the little Lunchables.
Oh, Lunchables, yeah.
I'm gonna get. Let me see. I get 14 Lunchables. I go buy 14 Lunchables. Some
It's summertime.
about 10 TV dinners. 10 TV dinners. Some bread, lunch meat, big cheese, and big gallons of tea and lemon. And say, you know what, Daddy got the pool stick, and I gotta go handle something. I gotta go handle something. So Dallas.
Yeah,
Dallas.
yeah.
Dallas.
They ain't letting.
Right.
Luka,
Boston not that good to sweep them.
Luka the Great White. They ain't letting Luka go out like that.
Dudes, 2 games at home. But what about Edmonton? Edmonton is in. Are they gonna get swept?
Tonight, they definitely.
It ain't tonight. They can't play tonight. They just played yesterday.
Tomorrow. Yeah, it's tomorrow. We coming home.
So what's the difference between Edmonton and Dallas?
Father's Day and commercials, money.
So they need to have the game on Sunday.
On Sunday for Father's Day, because imagine there's nothing on Sunday for Father's Day.
What about the Augusta Classic? Isn't the Masters or something? Isn't that always on Father's Day?
Yeah, but I don't watch that. I mean, that's a different class of people.
All right, Teddy, I'm with you, man. I'm with you, Teddy.
I just feel like that. It
I'm
don't
with
make
you, Teddy.
sense. Friday
I
night.
come with that golden spur. Teddy, I give you a ride.
That's it. That's all.
I'm going straight to the lot.
That's it.
Oh, man, look at this clown, bro. Arizona man arrested by federal agents for planning an attack in Atlanta
He's ready.
to start a race war, bro. That's what I'm saying, Teddy. Like, stop playing talking about you about to vote for Trump, bro. You ain't... You I guess you saying you want to vote for Trump to stave this off, but you saying you wanted to see what happened if you don't. I think this is what's going to happen if you don't vote for Trump. If Trump lose, this what you going to get.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, but it's not even to be afraid. It's just to move the agenda forward, because Trump is not a politician.
But what about climate change, man? Like, he done already took us out the Paris Accord. The UN man, Secretary General, basically came and gave a very dire report saying that, 2030 is it. So 4 years, bruh, another 4 years with deregulation, with all this fossil fuel stuff, bruh, like, I mean, just this weather events that happened this week, bro. You grew up down here. I grew up down here. Tell me when you remember it like this when it wasn't a hurricane. I have never experienced this, bro. Never.
Nope. But it's the same thing everywhere. Everywhere in this country, everybody's experiencing. Like, they've had crazy weather all year long. We're just
you having dust storms,
right?
And tornadoes is coming in downtown.
Right, all
places
over.
just
Louisville. St. Louis, Houston,
come on,
Dallas, like, it's crazy.
So you don't think you need to have somebody that acknowledges climate change, bro? Like, that's bro.
Not Biden.
See, this whole thing about just, man, you know what? I'm hoping I'm gonna be all right. I was over in Germany, man. Germany wasn't so bad. Bro. I might, take my talents to, somewhere else, man. Cause over here, I don't want to be part of they playing with people over here, Hot Wheels. And Teddy is admitting that that's what he want. He want to get played with. He want to just see, like, I just want to see how bad it gets. But if you in the midst of the badness,
then we're going to adapt. We're going to adapt to it like we always do. That's our job.
Man, I'm just saying, my brother, when it comes to, this political thing, bro, it's a lot on the line. I encourage everyone to educate themselves, and get with the issues that are really, that mean something to them and their family and the folks around. Like, shelter, food, education, like the things that matter, see where they come. I mean, we haven't even gotten into this whole Project 25, in terms of like what that's all about. And if that's true or not, or the things that, he's forcing, like the guys who, like, show me the guy like me. I'm a registered Republican. Show me the guy like me that's running around here like saying, you know, this is what a Trump administration going to do? Why is it that the black men that he has are dudes that is something in it for him, like the rappers from New York looking for a pardon? They like, hey, you helped out Wayne and Kodak. You know what I'm saying? Let me get mine. You know what I mean? Like, let me come around. You know, or Michael the Black Man. You know what I'm saying? Like, when have you been on the same team? When have you been on the same side of Michael the Black Man? Because Michael the Black Man been talking about demon cracks and